All right, now let's get to the latest situation in Ukraine as Russia pushes forward its military attack. This is a live look at the capital city, Kyiv. Ukraine's president warning his people to brace for a full-scale assault on the nation's capital. Russia's assault is threefold, hitting by land, sea, and air. The Ukrainian health minister says that 198 people have been killed and more than 1,000 others have been wounded in the Russian offensive. But the Ukrainian forces are not backing down, with more military-age civilians stepping up to fight, including the mayor of Kyiv joining forces. President Joe Biden spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky Friday, Biden pledging ongoing economic, humanitarian, and security support. The White House has asked Congress for $6.4 billion in funds. We're told the money would be used for security and humanitarian assistance. Now, Atlanta-based Delta Airlines is ending its partnership with Russian airline Aeroflot. That takes effect immediately. The airline making the decision after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Here at home, people with loved ones in the thick of fighting are praying for their survival. Today, there will be a rally here in Atlanta calling for solidarity and support for the country of Ukraine. That includes Yuri Babak. He is the vice president of the Georgia branch of the Ukrainian Congress Committee. He says his whole family are hiding out in Ukraine as air raid sirens blare on their phones. He spoke to our Paula Suro about Russia's invasion into Ukraine.
Very stressful, very emotional. Yesterday I slept 2 hours.
Yuri Babak lives in Georgia, but his heart and family are in Ukraine.
It's scary. Well, while you dial them and waiting them to answer, the thoughts in your head is like, is it too late or are they just sleeping right now?
His father works at a power plant and has continued to work while Russian forces invade Ukraine by land, air, and sea.
He is right now doing the shift, even though it's like extremely dangerous to be there because that's what Russians trying to bomb and attack first to destroy the infrastructure.
His mother hoping to find safety in her own home.
They get the warning, like bombing warnings from time to time. So it's just like to the basement, up, to the basement, up.
Babak, who hasn't seen his loved ones since before the pandemic, hopes the war will be over soon, but fears it's just the beginning.
Russia is trying to force Ukraine to love Russia. That's not how it works. If it's not mutual, it's not love. It's an abusive relationship there between Russia and Ukraine.
His nonprofit organization, the Ukrainian Congress Committee, started raising money 2 days ago to help the Ukraine military and civilians. But he says people need to do more.
Ukraine is fighting against second largest army in the world, and they're doing very good for now. We implemented some sanctions, but they really don't do nothing. So Russia must be disconnected from SWIFT, the personal sanctions against the top heads of Russia and their kids, revoke their visas from America.
We have a link to their fundraiser on our website. As for that rally, it's called the Stand with Ukraine. It's happening today at noon at Centennial Olympic Park. Babak and many others will be there trying to raise more awareness of what's going on in Ukraine.